Professional Black Girl Season 2 has been fully funded by the generous support of the global professional Black girl community. Hashtag We All We Got.
What makes me a professional Black girl? It is how much I love my baby bangs. It is how much I love my brown skin and how committed I am to wearing whatever I want, whenever I want, and making sure that my nude is my skin tone. I think the best part of being a Black woman is in my authority. It's in the way I can walk into a room, no matter who's in there, and all eyes are gonna come to me.
Oh, hello, professional Black girl community. I'd like to introduce you to Miss NAIMA Omi FERBOS. NAIMA designs non-traditional wedding gowns and prom dresses. And today, she's taking me to her studio on New Orleans' West Bank. Do you do other kinds of designing?
No.
No?
Mm-mm.
Prom dresses, wedding gowns.
That's it. And
You can't like hook me up an outfit real fast for the party?
She'll say I'm not the hookup girl. No, you have to come with the coin. And the coin is in the gowns because that's what the work is. Who is Naima? Naima is an amazing entity. She is an embodiment of God and his love for me. She is a reflection of all the experiences that I've been through, all of the hurdles, the things that I've overcome, the places that I'm going. To me, Naima was my starting line. She was the place where I started to really move into finding myself and embracing who I am and really embodying the boss and the powerful woman that I am. I am a wedding gown designer, but I also do prom dresses as well.
Aren't we fancy?
Just a little bit, just a tad. But with my wedding gowns, I do non-traditional custom gowns.
So show me what a non-traditional wedding gown looks like.
It's still elegant, but it's not white, it's not ivory, like the typical colors that you would look for. And it's personalized. There are no ready-to-wear gowns. You have to come in, you have to do a consultation. I'm gonna look at you, I'm gonna see who you are, feel you out, and in front of you, I'm gonna do a sketch of what I think you should wear based on what you've given me. And from there, we move forward in creating a gown, bringing it from paper to actuality. My gift for fashion was solely tied to who I am at my core. I still have imagery that embodies like where I was at 6 years old, drawing women in big dresses, the whole idea of weddings and marriage and all that. Like I was always attracted to it. From an early age, I knew that I wanted to get married. I knew that I wanted to live that life and I wanted to create weddings. And I still remember at 6 years old, of course I was a young boy at the time. I had a crush on a girl, I never forget. And I kept saying, I'm gonna plan my wedding and I'm gonna do everything. I'm gonna get her dress and everything. And the only thing she's gonna have to do is show up. And of course, my life has changed drastically, and that's no longer a goal of mine, but the idea of creating the entire wedding has become my career path. So now, at 33, that's the journey that I'm on.
It seems like there is a particular type of acceptance of LGBTQ, transgender, it seems like because you can have the rise of Frida. So there's a question, I don't know, but I want us to talk about How does New Orleans fit into your identity?
Okay.
Yeah.
The one thing about being from New Orleans is that you have a certain courage. You have to. Everybody, no matter what part of the city you come from, you have to have a certain type of courage to be able to walk the streets and to be able to interact with people. And because of that courage, because of that boldness that we all possess as people from New Orleans, it allows you to walk into spaces as who you are. Because who's gonna check you? Who's gonna tell you something about who you are? And if you tell me something, then I'm gonna tell you something back. You're not gonna tell me who I am and how I'm supposed to be. Period. So when I walk into a room, either you're gonna say hey, or you can turn the other way and keep it cute. Because other than that, we're gonna have a problem. I decided to make my transition. I was actually 30. So it was kind of recent. But I had been debating for about 5 years prior to. I just wasn't sure. I didn't know how my parents were gonna react. I grew up in a religious background. It just was a very uncomfortable place. I didn't know if that was something that I could handle. Like I knew what I could do, but I wasn't sure if it was something I could handle until I had a conversation with my father. And we were on the phone and I just broke. I just completely broke, and I had to tell him how I was feeling. I couldn't talk to my mom about it. So I told him how I was feeling, and he simply said, I want all of my children to be happy. So whatever that is, I want you to be happy. Just to make sure that whatever you do it to the best of your ability so that you don't have any regrets as you get older. And from there, I had another conversation with a friend of mine who he asked me one question, and he said, when all the people that you're considering, all the people that you're thinking about, when they're all dead and gone, and all you have left is you, who do you want to see when you look in the mirror? And that question changed my life, because I had no choice but to face what was in front of me. Nobody else, just me and God. And from there, I prayed and I asked God to let me be a reflection of His love for me. And as I transitioned, I got closer to God, and I started to become more of a reflection of His purpose in my life.
Do you identify as a woman?
Yes, absolutely.
I think there are a lot of people who maybe don't understand, who believe very rigidly about who a man is and who a woman is. And it's very much connected to biology, right? What makes you a woman?
What makes me a woman? I think one of the problems that a lot of people have is their inability to see past their own experiences. And if you have not experienced something, you don't understand it. And until I crossed over, until I made the transition, I didn't fully understand what it was and how it felt and what it would be like to live and to overcome those struggles. And one of the things that I realized is that I never changed. I've always been the same. My mannerisms, everything about me, everything that I was attracted to, the things that I do now were the things that I used to get punished for as a child.
Like what?
Playing with dolls, doing hair, being around the girls. Those were the things that I would get punished for. And it stunted my growth in so many different ways as an adult, because I was still fighting off that spirit of don't do that, and you can't do that, and you can't be that. And so for me, my womanhood came through understanding that I never changed, but who I was in that body and who I was in that space was not me. And until I actually allowed myself to transition, until I allowed myself to cross over that threshold, my life was at a standstill. And once I made it, everything shifted. It's not just about biology. It's so much deeper than that. It's about spirituality. You know, we are spirits before we are people. The spirit that you have within you cannot be contained by flesh. So when you when you come to a realization that you are a spirit before you are human, then you have no choice but to allow yourself to live freely and to be free and allow your personal identity to reflect who you are.
I'm sure there are so many professional Black girls who are just like you, who actually need to see you. And so if there was something that you wanted to share with them, what would it be?
If there was one thing that I could share with other professional Black girls, it would be own who you are, be who you are, and be committed to who you are. Because nobody else can do that for you. And you'll miss out on your blessings, you'll miss out on your life waiting on somebody else to do it. I am NAIMA OMI FERBOS. I am a non-traditional wedding gown designer, and I am a professional Black girl.
I feel like I should get an Emmy or something.
I always used to paint and draw. I still paint and draw and everything, and I love to paint, but I think my first language is poetry. After Katrina, you know, I lost all of just books, journals, tablets, things like this. So losing everything sparked the ability to always memorize something, because I knew that, okay, if these things could be, what can't be taken away is my memory. What can't be taken away is my mind.